Captain Hudson McEntire here in Louisiana marsh fishing for bull redfish, sight fishing them on fly. This right here is just a little creation I made. Got large bead chain eyes, 4-0 hook, EP tail, a little bit of flash in there and some brush. Makes a nice simple fly that's pretty much a catch-all around in this area for redfish. Hey, this dark black and purple, a little bit of flash in it, pretty much great for muddy water, but also works in clean water. Fish a lot of muddy water around here. They just eat it, man. It doesn't necessarily look like any one thing, but it could be a mullet, could be a crab, could be a big shrimp, but the redfish seem not to care, man. If you want to go to lunch, I would suggest A-Bears, classic Cajun Creole cooking. They've got the best gumbo in town for 10 years running. If you want some fine dining, I suggest Cristiano's, an Italian restaurant in town that will surprise you at how good it is.
I grew up in the North Shore, and my Uncle Steve had 5 kids, and they lived in New Orleans. And on occasion, my dad would send me down there to give my sisters a break from me. My uncle would always take us out to the bayous and we'd go fishing, but the experience was beyond. We'd see these redfish turning in the shallows and we'd get so excited. In my recollection, we never caught anything. So going back to the bayous at this point in my life is a very important thing.
Hi, I'm Michael Corrente. I'm a dear friend of Colin Ambrose. We spent the day today fishing down here in Louisiana, somewhere south of New Orleans. Got green lights everywhere we went. Couldn't have had a better time down here with my dear pal.
We had 2 days of fishing on the bayou with Hudson. The first day, Michael had the hot rod. He actually caught 2 large redfish. One was 39 inches, the other one was 36 inches. And he was using a spin rig with a large plug and a jig below. I was able to catch one 30-inch black drum, and that was day 1. Day 2 was windy and overcast. The guide was concerned that we weren't going to be able to fly cast because he couldn't pole us through the shallows. But the wind settled down. I got a really nice 40-inch redfish, just in a perfect setting where he was able to spot the fish, guide me in, put me on the fish. After 3 casts, he took the fly. It was exactly what we went down to do. So Hudson started us off with blue crabs, just casting them out into channels and letting them float. We didn't have any luck with the blue crabs at all. But when he turned us into a small channel and the wind settled down, that's when we were able to bring the fish to the boat. No tomato? Fishing for redfish can be exciting, but it also takes a lot of time. You're cruising the flats, trying to spot fish, and they sit in the mud. So oftentimes, you spook the fish before you even know they're there. But when things are set up right, you'll spot a fish that's tailing, working the bottom, where its head is in the mud and its tail is sticking up out of the water. And that's when you can spot them and quietly come in on a flats boat and approach them with a fly. And that's what we were trying to do. This is Susie Q.
Time to split a ribeye.
Macaroni and steak. Doesn't get better than that.
Bianco pizza with Michael Corrente.
As they say in Rhode Island, what's better than that?
All right, guys, thank you.
One of the few days off I've had this year, a couple of my buddies who are also guides in the area had the day off as well, and we ended up just cracking the redfish that day. I think we ended the day with about 40 redfish. I think we had 10 fish in the boat by 10 o'clock, and we started fishing at 9 o'clock, so it was just one of those perfect days, man. About one a season really is what you get down here, honestly.
Was that on the fly?
That was all on the fly. We were in them so heavy that we started cutting off the hooks of our poppers and just throwing the poppers in the school of fish that we were on. Just letting them blow up on it and just watching them, man.
That's great.
If you're interested in taking fish home, the key is to catch what they call slot fish. A slot fish is 16 to 26 inches. We didn't have luck with that. Instead, I picked up 2 Cornish game hens and made a nice roasted rice and game hen dish that's on my website. So feel free to go to the American Rivers Tour website and look up under recipes for Cornish game hens with vegetables and rice. Thank you for watching. Feel free to go to our recipe file on AmericanRiversTour.com if you'd like the recipe. Thank you for joining us on American Rivers Tour. You can find us on YouTube and on Instagram. Please join us.